So friends, now I'm here with a new topic, and this is the most important topic for any professional exam. Guess what is the topic? Maybe you are right. The topic is value. Value for the purpose of GST. And in this chapter, we are going to talk about section 15 of CGST Act, read with CGST Rules, rule number 27 to 35. I said this is the most important topic for any professional exam. You may have theoretical question, you may have practical question. And if you understand it correctly, then any exam will not be complete without a practical question being there from this chapter. But the practical question is based on law only. There is no logic, pure application of law. So you need to focus on understanding of law, which is what we are going to discuss here. Okay? Now the first question is, what is called value and how it is different from price? So value means assessable value. Now what is called assessable value? Assessable value means value on which amount of GST is to be computed. It means we will have value plus GST. This will be the price. Now you can ask me a question that in addition to GST there is no other tax. Just wait. I'll give you the answer for that. Okay? So this is just the outline what we are going to cover up in the chapter. As far as section 15 is concerned, this says mainly two things are there. There is subsection 1 and there is subsection 4. Subsection 1 talks about transaction value, and subsection 4, this talks about prescribed manner. In nutshell, this is rules. So where there is no transaction value, the valuation has to be done under subsection 4. Where transaction value is there, but for some reason it is not acceptable because conditions specified in subsection 1 are not fulfilled, in that situation also the valuation has to be done as per the rules. Okay? Now as far as transaction value is concerned, this is the value shall be transaction value actually paid or payable. Actually paid or payable for supply. Where parties are not related And the next condition is price is the sole consideration. There is no reference regarding the time and place of delivery. So if you remember provisions of central excise, then something similar is there, but still there is a big difference. So this says the value shall be the transaction value actually paid or payable. When it is paid, that is not the question as far as GST is concerned, right? In the time of supply, we talk about either receiving payment or raising of invoice, that is okay, but it is not given in the GST that within how much time the recipient should make the payment for the supply. So even if the payment is not made, still there is a time of supply. Okay, so transaction value is acceptable provided the value is the transaction value paid or payable for the supply where parties are not related and price is the sole consideration. Now here we have the term called related. This is not the term relative. After completing this chart, I'll explain you what is the meaning of the term related, and in the section, if you refer that, at the end of the section by way of explanation, it is given when the supplier and recipient will be considered as related for the purpose of GST Act. Okay. Now prescribed manner, when this becomes relevant, either there is no transaction value or the parties happen to be related, or price is not the sole consideration, and certain other situations are there where the value shall be determined in the prescribed manner. For that we have rules. Okay. So here we can just write where there is no transaction value or it is not acceptable. Okay. Then we have subsection 5. And subsection 5 says where the value cannot be decided in subsection 1 as well as in subsection 4. There may be certain supplies. Examples we'll take when we talk about the rules. Then in those cases also the value shall be determined in the prescribed manner. But this becomes relevant only if the value cannot be decided in subsection 1 and subsection 4. So if value cannot be decided under subsection 1 or 4, it shall be decided in prescribed manner. Say for example, in case of exchange of foreign currency, in case of insurance, life insurance, in case of lotteries, how the value is to be decided. So that is again in the prescribed manner, again rules are applicable. So this is just the structure of section 15, right? So subsection 1 says transaction value, the value shall be the transaction value which is actually paid or payable for the supply where parties are not related and price is the sole consideration. Subsection 4 says if you cannot decide the value as per subsection 1, then the value shall be determined in the prescribed manner. It means that is again rules. And where value cannot be decided in subsection 1 and 4 also, then again question comes back to the rule, that is in the prescribed manner. Okay. Now I'm going back to subsection 1 again because something more has to be added therein. So here, section 15, subsection 1. Value is the transaction value and dash with whatever we had written earlier, that is. Now there are two more provisions here. We have subsection 2 and we have subsection 3. Subsection 2 talks about inclusions. What is a part of transaction value or assessable value, and this talks about exclusions. What is not a part of the value, right? Now what is included therein? Number 1, all taxes, duties, cesses other than GST. Other than GST, so this may be CGST, IGST, UGST, SGST, whatever, excluding that amount that is to be included. Number 2, expenditure incurred by buyer, or you can say recipient, on behalf of supplier. So some expenses which are required to be actually incurred by the supplier, but those are incurred by the recipient, and that will be added with the transaction value to arrive at the correct assessable value. Number 3, expenses incidental to supply. For example, brokerage. Whatever expenses are required to be incurred in connection with supply, so brokerage or any commission or any special packing or any testing or expenses for transportation, all these expenses which are incidental to supply, those are required to be added with the value to arrive at correct assessable value for the purpose of GST. Then number 4, interest, late fees, penalty. I hope you remember about this thing, that this is also the part of the value. This is also subject to GST. As far as time of supply is concerned, when those are actually realized, that is the time of supply as far as this amount is concerned. Then number 5, which is very, very important, any kind of subsidy other than government subsidy. So subsidy means the price is discounted and the discounted amount is given by somebody else, that is a subsidy. So in the office canteen, the supplies are made, the caterer makes a supply at discounted price. So it is not a discounted price, your employer is paying the differential amount. So that is also subsidized, but that subsidy is a part of the value. But when the subsidy is given by the government, then that is not the part of the value. So these are the inclusions in the value. Now as far as exclusion is concerned, mainly it is talking about discounts. Now discount, one is allowed before or at the time of supply. Either before or at the time of supply. So this may be a cash discount, this may be a quality discount, this may be a quantity discount, but already known at the time of removal. Now another discount is also there which may be allowed actually after the removal, but it is already known initially that this may be allowed later, so that will also be deductible. So there is already a contract. So when the manufacturers give a scheme to the wholesalers, distributor, that if they buy a certain quantity of the goods over a certain period of time, then they are entitled for additional discount, then that will come where the supply is subject to further discount, subject to fulfillment of condition. So that is also allowed to be deducted. Number 2, this is allowed after delivery, but already known since time of supply. Okay, so this is subsection 2 and subsection 3. So in this part of video we have talked about section 15. Section 15 subsection 1, that says the value shall be the transaction value which is actually paid or payable, where price is the sole consideration and parties are not related. Subsection 2 says what is required to be included in the value. Subsection 3 says what is not to be included in the value. Subsection 4 says if the value cannot be decided under subsection 1 subject to these two, then that should be decided in the prescribed manner. And subsection 5 says where the value cannot be decided for any reason under subsection 1 as well as 4, then that shall also be decided in the prescribed manner. And then there is explanation. An explanation talks about when the parties are said to be related. There we have 8 clauses. Clause number 1, they are officers or directors in the business of each other. Number 2, they are officially recognized business partners. Number 3, they are employer-employee. Number 4, there is both are bodies corporate and at least 25% voting power in both of the bodies corporate is controlled by the same person. Then one person owns or controls another. Both of them are being controlled by the same person, or both of them together are controlling the third person. And the last is they are members of the same family. So there are 8 clauses. So that brings us to the end of section 15. In the next video, we'll talk about the rules.